What is up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new Brawl Stars video. Today, we're going to be going over the brand new update. And, I don't think, if you would have said, Chicken, you can write a list of everything that might come into Brawl Stars with this next update, I don't think I would have had either of the things that, they came up with for this update on my list at all. So, very, very interested in what you guys have to say about it, first and foremost. But also, I definitely have some very strong thoughts on this as well. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So guys, the gameplay today is not going to be super entertaining or anything crazy or anything like that. We're just going to be doing a casual, just having some fun times, playing through it and all that good stuff. And you guys can see exactly how the update looks. Now, first and foremost, I do notice the game feels a little bit slower. I'm actually going to be comparing the gameplay to pre-update gameplay and seeing if there's any actual merit to that feeling or if there's something else going on here. But it's very strange. The game feels a little bit slower right now. That might just be me, but I know a few other content creators have similar feelings on it right now. Anyways, guys, so as you can see, a few things are changed. It does look like the angle that you view the game at is a little bit different. As you guys can see, if I move around the screen right here, the angle that my hit indicator or my shot indicator is at changes. Again, I'm not sure if I'm just reading too much into this or not, but it definitely feels a little bit different. If just a little bit, a slight change, a little tiny difference, maybe, but I definitely feel a little bit of a difference here. So as you guys can see, we've got landscape mode. Now, we're going to do half the video in one sort of overlay and half in the other. And guys, make sure before anything else here, before you go to the comments, before you talk or anything, that you go down to the description below and the comments section. If you don't want to go to the description, you go to my Twitter and you vote in the poll that's going to decide what I eventually use as my main overlay. You know, I didn't know which one you guys were going to want. Because I can output sort of a quality that a lot of other content creators can't necessarily get. So maybe I want to do a little bit of a different type of overlay as well. We'll have to see. But yeah, that's the main thing I want to accomplish with this video, is that you guys know that you can choose my overlay for me here. Now, there's a couple new things that we need to talk about. First and foremost, landscape looks fantastic in my opinion. Now, I don't know if I like the gray bars. I don't know if I like those. They kind of suck. In my opinion, it's kind of detrimental to the viewing experience, but, you know, that's going to be something that you experience no matter where you're actually playing, because it's trying to standardize everything. The left and right bound and top and bottom bound of the screen is going to be the same on every single device, so they needed to make it so it could be standardized like that, and that's why we have gray bars on the right and left in some phones, and the top and bottom in this situation here. So, guys, also, you're going to see now that I didn't actually aim those shots, okay? There's an auto shot button, basically is what it amounts to. And by the way, they changed the UI up, as you guys can see. It looks pretty fantastic. Do you guys like the new logo? I think it looks a lot better. I like the original Brawl Stars logo, but I think this looks fantastic as well. Let's go ahead and jump into another one. We're just having a good time with it right now, guys. So we might as well... Let's play Colt. Let's play Colt, because I need to get a good opinion on Colt with this new control scheme, which is the next thing we're going to be talking about. But, guys, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on this update. Whoa, having some issues controlling it there. That's fine, though. We're good now. So, yeah, this is a little bit of a weird one, all right? This dual stick control scheme, this is a little strange. Definitely not something that I expected. Again, you know, if I had to choose what was going to be in the next update, then I would have went straight with the spectating. But obviously, they had to make a big change. If they had to make a big change, a big foundational change like this to the game, then they needed to do it like now, before spectating, before anything else, before leagues or anything like that. It shows that they're getting closer and closer to global release. I think it could be the next update. Now, again, you know, I'm not going to say anything for sure, because obviously we can't say for sure at all whether or not that's going to be happening. But I will say that the list of things that they had to put into the game is definitely shrinking. And at the moment, it looks like they're trying to figure out how to be more friendly to the new player base that's going to be, you know, flooding into the game when the game goes global. And that means that they're probably getting closer and closer to going ahead and clicking that button to go global release, you know? And I just auto-supered there because it's going to take a while to get used to. You also have a joystick that's going to be... It's not necessarily dual stick. You're going to have a joystick to control your super as well. And if you click it, it auto-supers. That's something I'm not entirely a fan of. I would like it to be a button that you click to enable the super to be able to use it and aim using your other joystick. I would almost prefer that. Now, maybe down the line, I might feel a little bit differently. We'll have to see. It kind of depends, honestly. But I'm just gonna have to get used to this. This control scheme is wildly different. It feels much different than the normal live game that we had before, you know? So definitely gonna take some getting used to. Now that said, we're gonna have to sort of go over the positives and the negatives of the update because it's very significant, and I don't know if people are really giving it a fair shot. You know, obviously we need to actually try things out before we do things like declare the game dead or ask that Supercell revert the game from this update to the previous one. Now, if you play this a little bit and you're not feeling it and it's just not good for you, then maybe you have that feeling. Maybe that's a valid thought that you have, and you really do want it to be reverted. But having said that, all of the crazy overreactions on the subreddit and in other places as well, comment sections and all that, I'm thinking they're definitely that. They are overreactions, and you know, for the time being, we need to give this a shot, and then we can make an informed decision on whether or not we really like this. Alright guys, so this is going to be the other overlay. Now make sure you go ahead and go down to the comments or to my description below. Go to my Twitter account page. Link will be there everywhere. You will not be able to miss it, okay? You will not miss it. Make sure you go there, you vote in the poll, and if you have any ideas for any ways I could change either of these overlays to make them better, make sure you let me know, because I'm really trying to make this the best I possibly can. I'm making the best of this situation as I can, because obviously my other overlays are not going to work anymore. I can't just, like, flip it sideways or something like that. That would be ridiculous. So I'm making new overlays. Make sure you guys let me know which sort of layout you like better. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into this. We could talk a little bit about what maybe prompted this update, because obviously it came out of left field for pretty much 99.99% of the player base, and everyone's kind of wondering, well, what caused this to happen? Well, I think I have the answer, believe it or not. I feel like I'm relatively confident in saying that I know where this actually started and where it might have come from. And it's not anything I've seen anyone discuss at this point. So basically, guys, I believe that this update idea came from the testing that they did in, I believe it was December in Canada. Now, I don't know if all of you remember this or not, but basically they did this, like, paid testing thing where they took a bunch of people that have never played Brawl Stars before or anything like that, and they just put them in a room and they had them test Brawl Stars and give all of their feedback on it. It was basically just a game testing opportunity. Now, this is people that are completely new to the game, that have never played it before, that have no experience with it or anything like that. So obviously, they're going to be susceptible to the things that new players are always susceptible to. That just makes sense, you know? Whoa. Auto super for the win. Anyways, they're susceptible to the things that new players are susceptible to. That means making it so the gameplay is really simple to get into, that it feels like you can be competitive right off the bat without too much time put into it, too much effort put into it, and then that any progression systems are also rewarding and yet also are able to be regularly built on. You know, you can regularly upgrade whatever it is, and that feels good, and it means that you're going to get farther in whatever game you're playing. Now, Brawl Stars, I mean, in the past, it's got the progression down, I think. In my opinion, having that sort of variance in progression where you have the pin system and everything, that was pretty nice. I really did appreciate that system. However, moving into this new upgrade system, you're going to see that it's just easy to go ahead and upgrade things, upgrade brawlers whenever you get the opportunity to. You're going to get your power points and you're going to get your coins, and then that's how you're going to be able to choose whoever you're going to be upgrading whenever you want to. Now, this is going to be something that's gradually happening as time goes on. We're going to have to figure out some numbers as far as how significant upgrades are versus the old system. Like, this new system might be worse, it might be better, we don't know yet. But at this point, definitely think that that's going to slow progression for people that are buying all of their upgrades and everything, but maybe make it feel a little bit better, a little bit more satisfying, maybe a little bit faster even. for those that are just trying to get their brawlers upgraded one at a time, because they're just opening up brawl boxes as they get them from normally playing the game. So guys, as you can see, we have the key system now. Over the brawl box UI, there's going to be keys instead of coins. Now basically, keys are what coins were before the update, and coins are essentially an entirely new currency that's going to function differently than coins before the update. So you guys see that we've got this same sort of thing where it's coins. We got 15 coins there, and that wasn't anything special or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and just pop these open. You have a lot of variance in the amount of coins you can get. This probably averages out to be relatively similar, but it also feels a little bit more satisfying when there's not like specific roles that each one are going to, or each type of unboxing is going to be, right? So for example, you know, we have the 15 token one that everyone was just absolutely fed up with before. That brawl box was ridiculous to open. We opened up tons of them, and no one really wanted to see it all in the end. It was just something you never wanted to get. But now it's a little bit different because there's a lot of variance in what you can actually get. You know, you're not locked into getting 15 at your lowest. You're going to be getting 15, 17, 20, 25, you know, stuff like that. There's no specific tiers or numbers that are going to be tiered, unless you actually look at like the range that they're tiered to. So like obviously 110 coins here is going to be worth a little bit more, or it's going to look like it's worth a little bit more than the 15 coin box because it's got more coins on the screen. It's represented by that. So instead of having one static value for every single tier, it's going to be sort of a range of values for each tier, which is nice. And then also we're going to see this sort of end screen. So we've got, you got 110 coins and you also got one ticket. So it's kind of cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like that's going to be really nice moving forward. Just these little quality of life changes that make things a little bit more satisfying and a little bit better moving from here on out. And I just really have to say that I appreciate these changes. These quality of life changes are fantastic, and I will always be looking for as many as physically possible. But yeah, guys, as far as the controls, now this is the elephant in the room. This is the thing that everyone's concerned about, and we're going to sort of demonstrate this with Piper. Now, before, and obviously, I could also demonstrate this somewhat well with lobbers. However, lobbers actually feel pretty decent right now, so I'm not going to do that. And you guys will obviously play that, so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you remember how you played Piper before the update, it's not going to work the same way now. You can't actually click on the screen where you want to shoot. If you do that, then it just auto clicks, and you just get whatever shot that the bot wants you to shoot, you know, because it's going to be an auto shot. So as you can see, that's an auto shot. That was an auto shot as well. It shot the brawl box, so that might be fine, but that's not something you ever want to be relying on, you know. Maybe if you want to react to something very quickly, then that's something you want to look into, but otherwise I just don't think it's a great idea. Now, with Piper specifically, and with brawlers that have a longer range specifically, it is not fun to use this new system with manual shots. You cannot aim in the same way that you did before. It's just not good, okay? And the reason being that before you were able to sort of aim based on wherever the brawler that you're fighting was. So for instance, if I wanted to actually attack this Dynamite right here, then I could just click on him. You know, I could just click on him and he would be down pretty easily, pretty quickly, with very little effort, because I'd be able to just click on his actual brawler, like him himself, you know, his model, and it would shoot the shot where I wanted it to shoot. But in this case, you have to hopefully, using the dual stick, actually hit where you want to shoot. And it's not as accurate. It just isn't. It can't be, because you can't have that level of clarity of where you're going to be hitting. It's just not going to happen. It's physically impossible for it to be as accurate as oh geez, it's physically impossible for it to be as accurate as the other systems. So we're gonna basically see an indirect nerf when it comes to these longer range brawlers. It's just not going to be as easy to do well with them as it was before, which is really unfortunate, guys. I have to say, that's my least favorite part of this entire update. I feel like it's the most impactful part of the update, and I really wish that they would have left the controls as they were, where you could sort of click around the screen. Now, again, what probably prompted this change is some sort of testing, whether that might be the one that happened in December, or maybe it's some other testing that they did internally or externally that we don't know about. I have no idea, but the fact of the matter is that it feels much better to play lobbers and, in my opinion, also longer range brawlers with the old system of controls, and that's going to negatively impact how well you can do with them. Now, that said, lobbers do feel like they're pretty decent to play as well, and some people actually prefer playing lobbers with the new system. So, you know, maybe that's a little bit of a difference. You know, maybe you can shoot a little bit faster, you can aim a little bit faster if you're going to aim before you actually shoot whatever your projectile is with the lobber that you're playing, you know. I definitely really like the old system, but that's just my opinion. I've heard different opinions from all kinds of content creators, and some people actually think that Barley works a little bit better with this new system, especially having the oh, that's interesting. I like that. I like that. The actual super icon changes size there. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and auto shoot there, and maybe we can take out this Primo. We know he's right here. Oh, we're dead. Oh, I forgot we're playing against bots. It doesn't matter. Okay, but yeah, guys, very, very interesting stuff, and definitely not too sold on a few parts of this update, namely going to be the controls. And as you guys see, I'm having to move my my control stick on the left side awkwardly around the screen because it just sort of moves on its own. I'm hoping that when the update drops, and I'm playing on the developer build at this point, so I haven't actually seen the update as it's dropped. I'm hoping, I have this hope right now that maybe, just maybe, they'll actually go ahead and make it so you can make it static. That was always something that I really didn't like initially when the game was released, was the joystick being able to move around like that. And I wanted it to be static, but they've even made it worse, in my opinion. Now, this is my own criticism, and, you know, obviously some of you guys will feel differently, but I feel like if the joystick was static, then it would be great. Now, the way that it moved around the screen before, and then it was static once you actually chose where you planted your thumb, that worked well as well, in my opinion. But this new one, where you could just fling it around the screen, I really, really don't like that system. And personally, that is the worst part of the update, in my opinion. But yeah, guys, as far as my final verdict is concerned, I have to say the revamp of the upgrade system, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't at all. I have no issues with it whatsoever. I think it's fine. However, the actual dual stick part of the landscape mode update, I can't get behind that. I can't. The sticks just move around really weird, and you can fling them around the screen, and I don't like that. I like it to be static in the same position, and I don't know, guys. You know, what do you think? What do you think? Tell me down in the comments. I'd love to hear. Again, make sure you go ahead and head on over to my Twitter, twitter.com/razorchicken, without the second C in chicken, like usual, like I spell it. And vote in my poll. I want to know which overlay you guys want to see, the one with the little cam or the one with the big cam. You know, either one's totally fine by me. I just need to know your guys' preference, because I like both of them for different reasons. So anyways, I gotta say, I like the landscape update because I like it in landscape mode. I prefer landscape mode to portrait mode in pretty much every game that I play, but the dual sticks, they threw me off, man. They really threw me off, and I really hope that they change at least the movement stick so it's able to be placed in a static position and stay neutral being in a static position. If neutral was in a static position, I would feel much more comfortable with this new system as it is, but being able to fling the movement stick around the screen, I just can't get behind that at all. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be about it for this one. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you're enjoying the new update. I definitely think it's a step in the right direction, although there are, you know, albeit some small things that I would like to be changed or fixed. So, you know, again, let me know in the comments, what do you think? And I'll see you in the next one. Make sure you vote in the poll, and until then, peace.